Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. When the history of the 2022 general election will be written in this country, the name Uhuru Kenyatta will occupy several chapters of that book. Because Uhuru Kenyatta made history as the first sitting president of the Republic of Kenya to support an opposition candidate in an election. Raila Odinga, the person Uhuru Kenyatta supported for the presidency, was his main opponent in 2013 and 2017. During the same period, William Ruto was Uhuru Kenyatta's running mate. And by the time of going to the polls, William Ruto was Uhuru Kenyatta's deputy. And Uhuru Kenyatta went ahead and supported Raila Odinga. And he lost with him. And after the election, because so many things took place, so many theories came up, Uhuru Kenyatta decided to take a low profile. From nowhere, Uhuru Kenyatta took up a role which he was assigned by William Samoei Arap Ruto.
Kenya will continue playing its role in international diplomacy at the bilateral and multilateral levels, appreciating that we are host to major international agencies, including the United Nations. I commit on the peace initiatives in our country, in our region, including both in Ethiopia and in the Great Lakes region. I have asked my elder brother, President Uhuru Kenyatta, who has done commendable engagement with those regions, and he has graciously agreed to continue chairing those discussions on behalf of the people of Kenya. I have committed that the government of Kenya, and myself in particular, will support those initiatives that will be chaired by President Uhuru Kenyatta.
And one of the questions which most people have been asking was his continued stay in Azimio, whether Uhuru Kenyatta was still going to serve as a peace ambassador and still continue to serve as Azimio chairperson. So David Murathe, who is one of Uhuru Kenyatta's key allies, yesterday made the revelation that Uhuru Kenyatta is likely to resign as the Azimio chairperson and also as Jubilee party leader. In this video, I want us to look at why Uhuru Kenyatta is resigning and the effect or the impact it will have on Raila Odinga. Because for those who've been following the politics of Raila Odinga, the moment he entered into the handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, that's the moment his politics changed completely. But before we get into all those, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get back to the main issue. And before I forget, please, for this particular video, just press that thumbs up button. Now, let us get back to the main issue. And I want to begin by asking you this question, and I just require your honest answer. Do you strongly believe that without Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga would have managed to win the presidency? I'm just asking. Or let me put it this way. Do you think Uhuru Kenyatta supported Raila Odinga's bid for the presidency with all his heart? Or let me also put it. You can look at you'll find a way of answering it. Do you think Uhuru Kenyatta played Raila Odinga? For me, I've always believed that Uhuru Kenyatta did everything possible for Raila Odinga. And I strongly believe that Raila Odinga lost the election in quotes because he never took the 2022 election seriously. There were so many issues which Raila Odinga ought to have done differently. Uhuru Kenyatta provided Raila Odinga with a conducive environment. He provided Raila Odinga with resources, the system, the deep state. He provided him with the intelligence and everything. Raila Odinga just failed, in my view, to protect his votes. And also, I think they started celebrating early. For example, why was Raila Odinga concerned with elections in Nyanza? I'm yet to understand that. But of course, they argue that he needed the numbers. But as a president, we are seeing what is happening now. Members of parliament are actually running to go and join Ruto. In fact, even the ODM MPs in Dohia, if you give them a chance, they'll join government. So, but let us just focus on Uhuru Kenyatta resigning. Uhuru Kenyatta was appointed as the chair of Azimio, and he was also chairing the Azimio Council. Uhuru Kenyatta, really, despite being the chair of the Azimio coalition, for me, Uhuru Kenyatta really did not really come out openly to campaign. So I even wondered why he took up that role. But Uhuru Kenyatta is going to resign. Why do you think he's going to resign? Number one, Uhuru Kenyatta is going to focus on the peace building role which he's currently playing. There is no way Uhuru Kenyatta will split himself. To an extent that is in Congo, he's in Ethiopia, and at the same time he's required to chair Azimio meeting. It can't work. And of course, the fact that the role has been assigned to him by Ruto means that it would be disrespectful for him to take up the role and still play politics. So for me, Uhuru Kenyatta has now realized that the peace mission is involving has more value to him than politics. So for me, Uhuru Kenyatta is going to take a break from politics, complete break, because of that role. Number two, it has everything to do with the defeat of the 2022. Now, I was talking to someone who was very close with Uhuru Kenyatta. He told me that Uhuru Kenyatta is yet to accept the fact that they were defeated, or he was defeated. And because of that defeat, Uhuru Kenyatta is still living in shame. Now, how would you describe a situation where Uhuru Kenyatta is in a meeting with Ruto, and Ruto is now the president, issuing instructions? If he wants certain things, he has to go to Ruto, a man he actually refused to support. So Uhuru Kenyatta believed very strongly that with Raila Odinga, he only needed the state machinery. And I was watching Babu Owino, clip of Babu Owino. And for me, I tend to think that Uhuru was failed by the so-called deep state. He really never took charge of the deep state, or he overtrusted them. Babu Owino was very clear on an incident he had with Kibicho. And if you went further and listened to Jeremiah Kioni, then you get the drift.
There's a day I called Kibicho. I told Kibicho, the way things are moving, we need to act very fast. So he asked me, Babu, what do we do? I told him, Kibicho, we need to arrest Chebukati immediately for bungling elections. Do you know what Kibicho told me? Babu, wacha vita, wacha vita. Nikasema, what is happening na huyu mtu? Was this part of it? Was this? I'm telling you the truth. This man was supposed to be our person. Yeah. But what is happening? Wacha vita. Wacha vita. Nikamwambia, no, it is you to arrest Chebukati for bungling what? Elections. Then Cherera to announce Baba as what?
As one.
As the winner. You see. Or we go for
a rerun.
A rerun. Because the election is already being bungled. Hey, nikasema yenyewe this was a fake deep state.
There was a section of Azimio that over-relied on the civil servants. And they failed to appreciate and understand that the civil servants are transient in nature. They will move from this government to the next.
So that defeat, in my view, is something which Uhuru Kenyatta is still dealing with. Number 3 is the pension. In fact, the main reason why Uhuru Kenyatta never came out openly to support Raila Odinga or to campaign for Raila Odinga was because some people in his team wanted him to remain a statesman. And because they were undermining him, they knew that there was a chance that he was also going to lose. And that if he lost, he was not going to find it easy to move around. So there is this pension, which, for example, Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka, I think they've refused because they were also supposed to resign, quit politics, so that they can benefit. Raila Odinga and Kalonzo, I think they refused that pension. So as we speak, Uhuru Kenyatta is no longer the president of the Republic of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta cannot contest again to become the president of the Republic of Kenya unless the constitution is changed, which I don't think will be possible. According to Presidential Retirement Benefit Act, retired presidents shall not hold office in any party more than 6 months after elections, which means immediately we went for the polls, Uhuru Kenyatta was going to remain legally as the chairperson of Azimio and Jubilee party leader for 6 months. Beyond 6 months, he was going to exit. Whether Raila Odinga became the president or not, the law does not allow him. The only thing I know, probably he would have accepted to continue serving as long as Raila Odinga was the president, because Raila Odinga would probably have facilitated the pension and the rest, and people would not have even noticed. So because of this pension, who doesn't love money? Who doesn't love power? The pension comes with a lot of things. So Uhuru Kenyatta has opted for that. Number 4, in my view, is family. I think Uhuru Kenyatta is also under a lot of pressure from the family to quit politics. Remember, this is a family who the Mountain rejected. You know, when Mount Kenya rejected Uhuru Kenyatta, they never rejected Uhuru as Uhuru. They rejected Uhuru as a son of Kenyatta. And that's why the name dynasty came. So the family would want to take a break from politics. And the way politics operate, probably they've advised him to take a low profile until such a time when the Kikuyu community will see the sense of what Uhuru Kenyatta used to tell them, so that he can make a comeback. And lastly, I think Uhuru Kenyatta has also figured out that as far as he's concerned, there is no future in politics. I mean, whether Uhuru Kenyatta was to remain Azimio chair, what value do you think he was going to add? Value which he could not add when he was the president? What value? So for me, Uhuru has realized that he has achieved everything in politics, because becoming the president of the Republic of Kenya is one of the biggest achievements for any politician. Raila Odinga has tried 5 times without success. Jaramogi tried and even tried to be given how many minutes? 1 hour without success. So many people. Matiba died without becoming the president. Uhuru achieved that. So he has reached the end, and therefore he doesn't see any other future in politics. But how will Uhuru Kenyatta's move to quit Azimio affect Raila Odinga? Number 1 is the future of Azimio. You know, if you remove Jubilee from Azimio, you are left with ODM and Wiper. ODM and Wiper, when you talk of them, what comes to your mind? NASA. So Azimio's future in, Azimio future is not very clear, because who will take over from Uhuru in Jubilee? That person is likely to take Jubilee to Ruto. So that's number 1. Number 2, Raila Odinga's brand of politics changed a lot as a result of the handshake. Which means if Uhuru left today, then tomorrow Raila Odinga will have to rebrand, either to be more firebrand, because Uhuru was the president, he would want to be firebrand. Either Raila Odinga will have to rebrand again as a firebrand politician. We will have to decide now to face off with Ruto, because, like, for example, right now he can't do that. Uhuru will always persuade him not to go those direction. And number 3, Mount Kenya factor. With Uhuru Kenyatta out of Azimio, I don't think whether Raila Odinga will be able to get the 1.4 million votes he got from the mountain. And that's a big blow for Raila Odinga. So I don't know what you think, but for me, the resignation of Uhuru Kenyatta, which is coming because he has no option is going to be a huge blow to Raila Amolo Odinga. David Murathe is assuring their supporters that Raila Odinga will now take charge. But Raila Odinga was in charge of Azimio. Was in charge of ODM. He has been in charge of ODM. Yeah. So let us wait and see how things are going to unfold moving forward. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.